Welcome to my short Pilates stretch sequence to break up your day. So we're going to move the whole body, stretching every little bit. So we're going to start in standing with our feet hip width apart, growing as tall as we can through the crown of the head. Imagine your head is full of helium like a balloon and it's floating up towards the ceiling. And then squeeze your chin down to your chest, trying to stretch every joint in your neck. Slowly slide your hands down your thighs, rounding through your spine. And you're going to try and open every single joint. Create space between every single vertebra. At the bottom here, make sure your head is hanging and your arms are hanging. So your chin should be squished to your chest. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lift belly button to your spine before you curl back up. Tucking under your tailbone. Re-sucking your vertebra. Uncurling the back. Chin still pressed down onto your chest until your shoulders roll out. And then your head grows tall at the top. Go again for me 2 more times, squeezing your chin down to your chest. Stretch the back of your neck. Creep your hands down towards the floor, rounding through your whole back line. Keep creeping down towards the floor. At the bottom, maybe shake out your head, shake out your arms. Pause here, take 2 breaths. 1 more. Belly button towards your spine, chin on your chest, curl all the way back up. Restacking, straightening out the lower back, the mid back, the upper back. Squeeze your shoulder blades back and down, crown of the head, up towards the sky. We're going to hold the next one for a little bit longer now. So chin down onto your chest, slide your hands down your thighs, roll to the floor. You keep your chin pressed down. At the bottom here, if you don't quite touch the floor, I want you to bend your knees so that you can get your palms flat. Then from here, squeeze your chin to your chest and gently blow out as though you're blowing your knees straight. Breath in, soften your knees again once more, maybe look forwards. Breathe out, blow your knees straight. Breathe out, push your knees straight, hang your head. Breath in, come forwards again. And one more time, push your legs straight, hang your head, pause and breathe. Next out breath, belly button in towards your spine, and we're going to curl all the way back up, straightening out through your whole body, letting the low back grow tall, the mid back grow tall, the shoulders drop down, your neck lengthen. All right, all fours position next. So on a mat, your chin is going to come down onto your chest. Roll all the way down to the floor. And this time when you get there, we're going to keep the chin pressed down, bend your knees and walk out into a cat stretch. So you want to press your hands and your knees into the floor and push your spine straight up towards the sky, squeezing your chin into your chest, working your tummy muscles, tucking your tailbone, pressing your toes into the floor, push your hands into the floor, and you're trying to create this energy into this stretch. Keep holding it here and breathing. Driving down into the mat, letting your chin hang down, squeezing it to your chest, breastbone lift, tail tuck, tummy pulling in. 10 more seconds into this stretch if you can. Make sure you're breathing into your rib cage, expanding your ribs east to west. And release. Uncurl your tail, uncurl your body, look forwards. From a flat back position, lay your feet down straight and you're going to take your left hand up towards the sky. We're going to pause and hold it here for 30 seconds, opening up into this twist. Make sure there's even weight down through both of your knees so you're not swaying your hips out. Keep even weight here. If that's too much on the arm, you can bring your hand to your shoulder and encourage that spine twist with your hand on your shoulder. 15 seconds more, either with a bent arm or a straight arm. Trying to wrap your back, trying to wrap your body over your hips, getting this big corkscrew through your spine, open your chest, undo any rounded shoulder posture. And release, bring it all the way back down. Now with the opposite side, you're going to twist and open, taking your right hand up towards the ceiling. Looking up towards your hand, making sure you've got even weight on both knees, and maybe even bending your elbow and taking your hand onto your right shoulder, encouraging that twist back as much as you can. Glance down, check there's even weight in your thighs. Breathe into that twist and hold. 5 more seconds for me, breathe. And release, bring it all the way back down. Okay, for this next bit, you're gonna need the edge of your sofa or a chair. And I'm gonna put my knees up on a cushion so that they stay comfortable and I can stay there for a full minute. Kneeling on your cushion, you're gonna take your right foot up onto the edge of the sofa and your left foot right out in front of you. So you're just gonna hold this position where you're stretching the right thigh, driving your hips forwards, and if you can, slightly leaning backwards. This leaves your arms free for some big arm circles. Taking your arms up and circling them down. You're going to pause and hold this thigh stretch for a full minute. Gently easing the hip forwards if you can. Feel that stretch straight down the front of the right thigh. And let's encourage that upright posture and open chest with some big arm circles as we breathe in and out. Breath in and out. So you'll feel that pull either from your hip, mid-thigh, all the way down to the knee, or in all 3 places. You're going to try and get this little back bend in your lower back, growing taller the whole time. So over that minute, we gain length. Last few seconds now. And release. Taking your foot away from the edge of the sofa and laying your foot down onto the floor, we're going to transition into a straight front leg, toes on the mat, and we're going to fold from our hips forwards. Try not to round your body, but keep a straight spine and hinge over that front leg. So you're trying to work into a stretch down the left hamstring here. Dropping your shoulders back and down. Keep pushing your body forwards. Again, being careful not to round your back. So if you notice you can come straight down to the floor, check in with your spine for me and maybe even lengthen it a little bit more. So you should just feel a pull down through the back of the left leg. Not too strong. Imagine that you're holding a tennis ball underneath your chin, so you're keeping your head and neck in that neutral alignment. Drop your shoulders down and breathe. Can you hold that? 20 more seconds. The whole time nudging forwards into that bend from your hips. So as your hamstrings lengthen and let go, you take it deeper. Five last seconds here. Breathe. And bring it all the way back up. All right, we're going to spin the legs and switch them over. So the left leg now, kneeling on your cushion, taking your toes to the edge of your sofa and bringing your right leg forwards. So come into a position where you can feel a strong but maintainable stretch on the left thigh. And you're just going to push your hips open, trying to bring your body weight right over the top of that left knee. All right, from here, let's come back into some chest opening. So we're going to come into Cleopatra this time, where we take our arms open, lead with the breastbone, look up towards the ceiling, and then close. We're going to open our chest, squeeze your shoulder blades back and down, take your gaze up towards the ceiling, and then close. So you're holding this stretch, gaining length in your left thigh, whilst also opening up your upper back and shoulders, giving you back your upright posture. A little challenging on the balance as well, so do hold on if you need to. And just try and give in to that stretch. Try not to hold any tension in your thigh. See if you can just let it go floppy, your foot fully relaxed onto the edge of the sofa. Last few seconds now. And release. So from here, we are going to take that left foot down onto the floor and your right thigh into a stretch at the back. So stepping that right leg out, foot flat on the floor. Maybe bring your hands onto your hips or lower back as you flex forwards to make sure it doesn't collapse into your lower back. The hinge point is at the end of your thigh bone where it meets, where that skin crease is, where it meets at your hip joint. Hinge forwards, pushing your tail out behind you. Trying to grow length through the top of your head as you're in this position. It's like you're holding an apple underneath your chin, and pause and hold and breathe. Hold and breathe. The whole time through that minute, trying to get a little bit deeper through that thigh stretch. And you are nearly there. Your last few seconds. And release. Bring that leg all the way back and around. So I'm going to keep the cushion underneath my knees, and I encourage you to do the same, to just take any discomfort out of your knees so you can hold these stretches for a long time. Because next we have puppy dog. So we're going to curl through chin to the breastbone, round all the way. And then when your hands can reach the mat, I want you to walk them forwards. Hanging your body through your arms, we want to stick our tail up towards the sky. So like a playful puppy, we're going to try and tip our pelvis forwards. Drop the forehead into the mat, but squeeze the back of the arms and just stretch the tail away from the front of your body. Really good stretch on your seat. So if you've been spending a lot of time sitting down, maybe even crossing your legs, it's a really good one to reverse that posture. Open your pelvis back up so you don't get any tightness or tension around your coccyx, at your tail or between your legs. Think about your sit bones stretching out, your two sitting bones spreading apart like elevator doors at your seat, opening up to let the whole pelvic floor and lower back open and relax. Keep reaching your hands away, spreading your fingers into the mat, squeezing your triceps. Trying to sink your breastbone ever closer to the floor. Breathe into your stretch here. Last 10 seconds for me. Again, drop your breastbone, kick out your tail, breathe into your stretch. And release. Walk your hands back underneath your shoulders and roll back up, keeping your chin to your chest for as long as possible. All right, so now we're going to make our way down onto our tummy for a combination stretch. So you won't need a cushion, so we can take that away. And you want to try and lie completely flat down on the floor. Let's turn our right ear to the mat and bend your elbows up either side of your head. Bend your left knee, and then you're going to take that leg all the way out behind you, trying to find the floor on the other side of your right leg. So through here you should feel a stretch in your right chest, an opening in your left thigh, and a stretch through your whole tummy. We're going to do shorter stretches here, so it's a combination stretch involving the whole body. Trying to get that leg ever closer towards the floor. Last few seconds. And then we're going to change sides. So come back through the middle. Turn your left ear to the mat, right knee bends, and reach that right knee over to your left side, reaching for the floor. With your left ear on the mat, you're going to hold and breathe into your stretch. Hold and breathe. And release. Can you take this into one more on each side? Right ear to the floor, left knee bends, thread that leg across your body. Tap onto the floor, open up your hip. Feel that right chest stretch. Wrap your body weight right over the top of it so that arm is being left out behind you. You feel your chest open out once more. Hold and breathe. And change. That leg comes all the way back down. Left ear to the mat. Look over your right shoulder, bend your right knee. Take this leg all the way across to the left and hold that stretch and breathe. Last few seconds. Coming back onto your tummy. Now the complete opposite of that, we're going to go into shell. So hands underneath your shoulders, see if you can use your strength to lift you back through all fours. From here, bring your hands together to the top of your mat. And then we're going to lift into a cat stretch, tucking our tailbone, scooping into the belly. From that cat stretch, we're going to work our bottom close down towards our heels. See how close you can get your bottom to your heels. That is your goal. Keep working to get there and then hang your head down so your forehead is in between your arms. If it's too much on your knees, just place a rolled up towel behind your knees so you don't crunch into those. And just hold your shell stretch here for me for 1 full minute. Opening up your lower back, taking any tension out here. Opening into your hips. Relax down through your arms, maybe even take them behind you so your shoulders drop down away from your ears. And pause and breathe. Keep working your bottom closer towards your heels if you can. Try not to let your bottom rise up. Last few seconds. And then curling all the way up into sitting. Push your bottom onto your heels, squeeze your chin to your chest. Straighten up through your spine. Unraveling, letting your head float up towards the ceiling. And then taking it into a mermaid sit. This is a really big twist into both hips. If it's too much for you, pop a few cushions underneath your bottom. But otherwise, our left foot is going to be out behind us. Our right leg is crossed out in front with your foot on your left thigh. Now we're going to come into a banana side bend. Left hand to the outside of the left leg, right hand up and over. Get some length through your whole waist. Feel this deep stretch running underneath your arm, down your waist into your hip, whilst you also get into a deep twist in your left side. Hold and breathe. So we're going to hold our mermaid for 30 seconds each side. Feel free to stay there longer if you need. Pressing out through the left hand. We're going to bring our legs out in front of us. And then we're going to take it around the other way. So left leg bends in front, right leg bends behind. Right hand to the outside of the right shin. Notice it can feel very different on each side. So do use a cushion here, even if you didn't use it the other way, to try and help your bottom stay grounded on the mat. And then drop the left arm all the way over your head, bending the right elbow if you've got that length. And try not to twist forwards or back, go straight over. Hold this stretch and breathe. Pressing your bottom down into the floor, lifting from your waist, wrapping this arm back in line with your ear. Hold and breathe. Last few seconds. And back down. From here, we're going to push over into all fours and make our way back up to stand where we started. So first, tuck under your toes, bring the weight back. Lift your knees up off the ground and hang your head in between your knees. Just pause into this crouch, stretching through your feet, letting your heels sink down towards the floor. Now, keeping your chin on your chest, head close to your knees, straighten your legs first. Pause and breathe. Next out breath, belly button comes in towards your spine and you're going to restack, straighten up. Opening up your lower back first, mid back next. Shoulders roll back and down. Head floats up towards the ceiling.